Her name is Brooklyn. Brooklyn is beautiful. Brooklyn is 2. The parents are Adam and Jennifer, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Now, I'm looking at you guys, and I'm looking at Brooklyn's diagnosis, and I couldn't even begin to pronounce what she's got going on. I imagine that you guys weren't experts in this before your beautiful lady was born. Tell us, first of all, if you can, I'm sure you're educated now as to what's going on. And let us know what's up with Brooklyn, this beautiful girl. And her beautiful twin sister, I might add. I'm sorry.
Okay, she has lymphangiomatosis.
Okay.
And we found out when she was about 9 months old. We took her in, when we were giving her a bath, we noticed her leg was swelling up, like more than double the size of her other leg, her right leg. So we took her into the emergency room, and they had us bring her straight up to UW after they gave her an IV. She came up here in an ambulance.
Oh, man. And how, scale of 1 to 10, panicking, 10 being the highest for you guys at that point?
7. No, we knew something wasn't quite right when her leg had started to swell earlier in that night, and we had waited to see if it would go down. Maybe she had bumped it or something. And 3-4 hours later, it was still getting a little larger, so that's what made us take her into the ER there in Janesville.
Sure. And once you got there, it wasn't just a bump on the leg.
No, they at first thought she had been like abused or something, so they had to do x-rays and
Oh, man, that's just the worst. You're so
get a lot of
scared.
stuff. Yeah, you don't know. It's like, did something happen at daycare, or did something happen that
Yeah.
we didn't know? Did we accidentally bump into her when we didn't
Sure.
know it? Or
And you know, people have, I mean, that's something that people have to do. That's their job. But, you know, you guys are just trying to find out what's wrong with your daughter and
Yeah.
find yourself on some kind of defensive. And, so you're here, and the diagnosis is that, and you're like, I am. What is that?
At first, they didn't know what she had. They
Okay.
brought her up here because it was unknown. The first couple of times we were admitted, we got sent home with some antibiotics and prayer that they wouldn't have to see us shortly thereafter. But we inevitably came back a couple times, and the whole experience started in February, and she wasn't diagnosed with what she had until that June.
Now, she has a twin sister. I'm sorry, what's her twin sister's name?
Alejandra.
Alejandra, beautiful. And this has not affected her at all?
Nope.
Wow, so explain exactly the malady here, because I don't understand what it is. I'm sorry, I hope I'm not asking you to be doctor to me.
It's a lymphatic malformation.
Okay.
So she gets kind of channels of her lymphatic fluid that kind of build up, and then they just form these lesions, and they kind of rupture, and just kind of, it moves around a lot.
Okay, all right.
When you're looking at them both being twins, and obviously Alejandra is walking, and I heard she learned to walk here.
Yeah, walking up and down the hallways upstairs, she learned probably a little bit quicker than she would have if we would have been at home.
Right, but I mean, it's a bizarre place for a baby to learn how to walk, you know, in the hospital, yeah.
Yeah.
Her first actual steps was when Brooklyn was here, and it was during one of her longer admissions, and we had sent Ale with my sister for a week, and her first actual steps were with my sister, and we didn't get to experience that.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of stunk, but I think she's getting pretty close, Brooklyn, too.
Yeah.
Well, you can tell, as I'm watching her,
sure.
she's standing up, and she's like looking at you like, let me talk in that microphone. She's blowing Mom a kiss right now. I'm so taken by both of your daughters. They're so beautiful. So now, what is going to be happening next with Brooklyn? The summer's going to be kind of an important summer.
We think she might be getting some more treatments coming up probably within the next couple of weeks, actually.
Okay.
They're going to deal with some other issues she has right now. A big hernia on her belly button is like huge, and they're going to kind of deal with that first, and then we're going to be doing some more sclerotherapy of her pelvis.
Wow. Eventually, you guys will be able to leave and just look back at your time in American Family Children's Hospital as a little bit of an inconvenience, but now is not that time, obviously. But what can you tell people who are listening right now about your experience here as a family? Because obviously your family is growing up right here in this hospital.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun here. I mean, even the cleaning staff, they'll come in and they know both their names, and they'll talk to them, and it's kind of nice just seeing all the people. There's so many people to talk to and so many
Right.
smiling faces. It's kind of fun.
The overwhelming response we get from parents so much is that when you do feel overwhelmed, there's always somebody here that can recognize that without even saying it.
Exactly, yep.
Has this been tough on the two of you as partners?
Maybe a little bit. We don't have
A
as
little
much
bit.
time.
Yeah, a little bit at first. I think we were a little snippy with each other, but it took a couple of conversations where it finally dawned on both of us that we're both experiencing this, and we had some rough moments, but as far as relationship, yeah, we're doing okay.
That's good, and I like the fact that you said conversations, because sometimes that's all it really is because you don't have the time to even talk to each other because of dealing with what's going on, and you both are dealing with completely different ways as a mom and a dad, and that stress really can be hard, on a couple.
Yeah, even just juggling like who's gonna stay at the hospital tonight, and who's gonna
Right.
take Alejandra home, and
Yes.
just juggling that was kind of a struggle for a little while too.
Little Brooklyn spent 18 days in the American Heart Children's Hospital inpatient 2 separate times, correct?
Yep.
All right. Because of that, we are asking for 18 new champions this hour, and we are getting so close to that.
Right.
We just need 4 more, and
That's it.
you can do that to help Brooklyn in her fight, and as she continues to improve and walk. And she can join her sister here, so she's very close.
Yes, she is.
You can get her there. Subway phone bank is 1-877-719-KIDS. 1-877-719-5437. You can also go to WMAD.com, or you can look up on our Facebook page, John.